Today we're highlighting Courtney, an advanced practice provider who helps diagnose, treat, and care for patients during their healthcare journey. Can you tell us a little bit about what an APP is?
Sure, absolutely. So an APP is an advanced practice provider. So that can be either a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner. Both can do very similar things and are either prepared with a master's or a doctorate degree. And we can do a lot of what like a medical doctor does as far as what we can do for patients. So we can do everything from assessing the patient, determining what diagnoses are, ordering and interpreting tests, prescribing medications, providing education to the patient. So really just taking care of patients of all ages, kind of from that full spectrum of what patients need. So I'm a nurse practitioner and I have my doctorate.
What does a day in the life of an APP look like?
So that's something that I actually really like about this role, is that no day is the same. We do have kind of like our set tasks that we have for the day. So typically you're going to be seeing patients throughout the day. Depends on what your schedule is. Maybe that's a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 type position. Maybe it's working 12-hour shifts. Could even be a 24-hour shift. But typically you're kind of seeing your patients on schedule, maybe going through results and calling patients with results of testing in between. Certainly educating yourself on any new diagnoses that you come across, but typically kind of seeing those patients, which you'll see a variety of diagnoses throughout the day. So it just kind of varies on what you might be working through. If a nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant is inpatient, they might be rounding on patients, maybe even helping with procedures or surgeries, kind of doing a variety of tasks like that as well. So it just kind of varies. You never know where your day might take you. So my role is very interesting. I actually work as a digital nurse practitioner for OSF. I work from home 2 12-hour shifts a week, and I'm seeing patients from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. on those days. So I'll do either by video, we do some chat, we do where they just kind of fill out a survey too. It just kind of depends on what the need is. A lot of video visits, and then, taking care of them from that perspective. And then I'm also here in person on Wednesdays, and I help to supervise the urgent care fellows.
Why did you choose to become an APP?
I really enjoyed my time as a nurse, but I just felt like I wanted to be able to do more. As a nurse, you're following the orders of a physician or an APP, and I wanted to kind of be in that role where I was doing that. So, and I love learning. So going back to school was fun to me. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I enjoyed going back to school and learning a little bit more, and now I'm kind of in charge and able to be more autonomous, but still getting to have that patient care and those relationships with the patients.
What is your favorite part about the job?
I think taking care of the patients and just seeing like what kind of a difference you can make. Sometimes it's helping the patient navigate their illness, or like a new diagnosis, or it could just be providing support. Like a lot of times, especially in my role as a digital nurse practitioner, I'll hear, it just meant so much to talk to somebody today, so it really can be a rewarding and meaningful job. And again, I do love learning. So the fact that you're constantly having to learn things can be really fun. Makes your day exciting.
What advice would you give students interested in going into healthcare?
I think this is good because I feel like I kind of went through this path. I had a previous degree in business and then went back. So I think just kind of exploring. So whether you know healthcare providers or, just kind of digging and being curious and learning more about the profession. I think if you can do like shadowing or volunteering can be really helpful, just so you can see what options there are, because there's tons of options in healthcare as far as what you can do, but really just staying curious and learning a lot and seeing if it might be a good fit.
What is something that people are surprised to learn about your profession?
I think several things, but I feel like the most thing that comes out is just how autonomous we are and, all of the things that we can do. I think we hear a lot of times like, oh, I need to see the medical doctor, but there's so much that an APP can do, really most everything that we can do. And I think patients are sometimes surprised by that and surprised by all the knowledge that we have.